Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our tribute to one of the most iconic cars in automotive history, the Ferrari F40. This beauty, born in the late 80s, was a game-changer that set the bar for supercars for decades to come. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the Ferrari F40 and explore its history, its design, and its legacy. We'll talk to experts who know this car inside out, and we'll hear from owners who have had the privilege of driving it. We'll go into the F40's mechanical aspects, from its aerodynamics to its engine, and compare it to current supercars. Additionally, we'll take a spin in one of the finest F40s available to see what it's like to operate this legendary vehicle on open roads. You won't want to miss this tribute to the Ferrari F40 if you're a die-hard Ferrari fan or just appreciate exceptional automobiles. So relax, fasten your seatbelts, and relish the trip. Let's get started. The notion of employing the Group B 4-liter category, 2.857-liter if turbocharged, to demonstrate the capabilities of new road cars that, with increasing power, could no longer be displayed safely on the road in the hands of regular purchasers, was offered by Materazzi to Enzo Ferrari as early as 1984. Enzo Ferrari no longer had authority over the business's production division. General Manager Eugenio Alzati had to give Materazzi his approval. The work was allowed, but only if it happened outside of the standard work week of Monday through Friday. In order to participate in the same class as the Porsche 959 in FIA Group B, a little team created the GTO Evoluzione on Saturdays. However, Enzo Ferrari was left with 5 288 GTO Evoluzione development cars and no series to put them into competition when the FIA terminated the Group B category for the 1986 season. Until a validation driver persuaded Enzo Ferrari that Materazzi could keep the base car concept alive and make it roadworthy, these were reserved for enthusiasts who might contemplate purchasing one. The Evoluzione program was expanded to create a car only for road use because Enzo wanted to leave a legacy with his final sports car. Ferrari was particularly satisfied with the recent automobile developments that made up for much of the performance loss brought on by tightening emissions rules. A representative from the Ferrari marketing department was cited as saying, "We wanted it to be very fast, very luxurious, and very little out of the ordinary," in response to the quite simple, highly expensive, and pretty ordinary car being called a cynical money-making exercise geared towards speculators. Extremely Spartan and sporting customers have been complaining that our autos were getting too luxurious and opulent. The F40 is for our most passionate owners who only care about pure performance. It is not a futuristic research facility as the 959 is. The engine of the Ferrari F40 is a masterpiece of engineering that still impresses car enthusiasts today. A twin-turbocharged 2.9-liter V8 engine with 478 horsepower and 424 foot-pound of torque powers the Ferrari F40. A 5-speed manual gearbox is coupled to the longitudinally placed engine. The engine is an engineering marvel with a flat-plane crankshaft, cast-iron block, and lightweight aluminum heads. Twin IHI turbochargers that can produce a boost pressure of up to 1.1 bars, 16 psi, feed the F40's engine. Weber Marelli electronic fuel injection is used in the engine's fuel system to supply fuel to the engine precisely. The engine's 7.7:1 compression ratio, albeit not very high for a high-performance engine, allows for a lower operating temperature, which is essential in a turbocharged engine. The power-to-weight ratio of the Ferrari F40's engine is one of its most outstanding features. The F40's engine generates an amazing 165 horsepower per liter despite having a curb weight of only 2,425 pounds. The F40 can reach a top speed of 201 miles per hour and accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 3.8 seconds, thanks to one of the highest power-to-weight ratios of any production automobile. The Ferrari F40's engine is a remarkable engineering marvel, one of the most remarkable engines ever made. It is lightweight, has 2 turbochargers, and has a perfect fuel delivery system. Even now, more than 30 years after its debut, the Ferrari F40's engine continues to serve as a source of inspiration and a standard for high-performance engines. Another notable aspect of the engine's design is how straightforward and dependable it is. Because there are only 2 valves per cylinder in the F40's engine, there are less moving parts, and the engine is simpler to maintain. A high-performance car that will be driven hard needs an engine that is simple, so that it is less likely to experience mechanical issues. The exhaust system of the engine is likewise engineered for maximum performance. The lightweight Inconel used to construct the F40's exhaust system is a high-temperature alloy capable of withstanding the intense heat produced by the engine. 4 high-flow catalytic converters and 2 sizable mufflers are part of the exhaust system, which produces the trademark Ferrari-branded deep, forceful exhaust noise. In terms of looks, the engine of the Ferrari F40 is likewise a masterpiece. Through the car's rear windscreen, the engine is completely visible, allowing aficionados to ogle its layout and construction. The engine has polished intake manifolds and red cylinder heads, which are characteristically red for Ferrari. The automobile's earrings, torque curves, and actual power output varied. Up until 1990, the F40 didn't need a catalytic converter because they weren't required by U.S. laws for emissions control. The middle pipe transports gases discharged from the wastegate of the turbochargers, while the flanking exhaust pipes direct exhaust gases from each bank of cylinders. Up until the California T in 2014, Ferrari's twin-turbocharged V8 would be the company's last forced induction engine, Ferrari F40 US spec from 1991. Although many components were upgraded and settings were altered, the suspension setup was similar to the GTO's double wishbone setup. The unusually low ground clearance led Ferrari to include the capability to raise the vehicle's ground clearance when necessary for later cars via hydraulic lift chambers in the front dampers. Pininfarina created the body from scratch, using panels made of Kevlar, carbon fiber, and aluminum for strength and lightness. Extensive aerodynamic testing was also done on the body. The adoption of windows and a windscreen made of polycarbonate plastic significantly reduced weight. Lacking a sound system, door handles, a glove box, leather trim, carpets, or door panels, the cars did feature some air conditioning. The first 50 vehicles built had wind-down windows, whereas later vehicles had sliding Lexan windows. Technically, all vehicles were left-hand drive and painted Rosso Corsa when they left the factory. The Sultan of Brunei received at least 7 customized vehicles that were in right-hand drive. Paulo Garela, the prototype manager at Pininfarina, was hired by the Sultan to modify the vehicle's appearance, performance, and comfort inside. The driver and passenger sit in race seats with 5-point harnesses inside the Ferrari F40. The only necessary gauges and switches are included on the plain, minimalist dashboard. For maximum control, the steering wheel is compact and well-designed. The Ferrari F40 is a thrilling vehicle to drive. Any automotive lover will like the loud, raw sound and unmistakable turbo whistle of the engine. There is no body roll and the steering is incredibly quick. The handling is precise and acute. It's a vehicle that expects deference and rewards safe driving. The Ferrari F40's interior is a reflection of the car's racing heritage and performance-focused design. To decrease weight and improve handling, the cabin is minimally furnished with only the necessities. The seats have a racing-style shape, are composed of lightweight materials, have little cushioning, and offer excellent support during fast maneuvers. Only the necessary controls and gauges are featured on the dashboard and door panels, which are likewise plainly designed. The pedals are properly placed for the best heel-toe shifting, and the tiny athletic steering wheel offers a direct line of sight to the road. The F40 also has a gated shifter, which enhances the racing-inspired feel of the vehicle and enables precise gear changes. The F40 can be made more comfortable in terms of creature amenities. There is no radio, power windows, or even air conditioning. Performance is the only thing on which the automobile is focused, and every interior feature works towards that end. The forced induction engine produced a lot of heat, therefore cooling was crucial. The result was that the car had a body and looked somewhat like an open-wheel racing vehicle. Although it had a second undertray with diffusers behind the engine and a partial undertray to smooth airflow beneath the radiator, front section, and cabin, the engine bay was not completely sealed. CD is 0.34 is the drag coefficient. Because the vehicle had 80 more horsepower than the 288 GTO, a new type of tire had to be created to handle the higher power levels more often found in racing vehicles. Materazzi drew on his positive working relationship with Pirelli's head of development, Mario Mezzanotte, whom he had known since the Lancia rallying days. After learning from the Formula One season from 1980 to 1985, Pirelli built a carcass using lightweight materials, including Kevlar, and asymmetrical tread patterns to build the P0, particularly for the F40. Only 1,315 Ferrari F40s were made between 1987 and 1992, making them extremely rare. Depending on condition and history, the cost of this highly sought-after collector's car can range from $1 million to $2 million. But the Ferrari F40 is a real automotive icon, not just a wise investment. It is a vehicle that stands as the apex of Ferrari's engineering and design prowess and will always be acknowledged as one of the best supercars ever made. We hope you enjoyed learning more about the background, history, and legacy of this legendary vehicle. The F40 is a true masterpiece that never fails to inspire and enthrall auto lovers all around the world with its svelte and aerodynamic design, as well as its scorching speed. We appreciate the owner's generosity in sharing their stories with us and letting us ride in their beloved vehicles. Clearly, the F40 is more than just a vehicle, it is a representation of Italian brilliance, passion, and craftsmanship. If you're as passionate about cars as we are, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest content. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave us a comment below letting us know what you thought. Sharing is caring, so if you know someone else who would enjoy this video, be sure to share it with them too. We appreciate your support and can't wait to bring you more exciting content in the future.